Yeah. 9/11, no malice, baby. But no dollars, baby. Got callous, baby. My bare knuckles got talent, baby. I'm all in the wind with it. On Deuce line, I've been with it. She too fine, I've been. Crashed 2 times, I limo tinted my new ride. I'm riding with the 12 better not pull me over. Championship going dumb. Nothing to something I won. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, though. You either with me or win. Win, 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 win. Yeah. These I'm saying, win, 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 win. Start chasing that.
What's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. What's up, get the rest. Hey, I got that check to go. I'm gone. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. You play with your life. Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat, ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie up. The big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check to go. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Green Bay Packers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. Room here to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now the former Utah man, this is Devontae Booker. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They'll pitch it to Booker, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Booker on 1st down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the 1st half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
A second down carry for Booker. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Trevor Davis now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Derek Wolfe in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Rodgers now to throw. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
It's caught here by Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On first down, Rodgers. Left side, caught by Matthews. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Rodgers going to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Rodgers to throw once more. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Wolfe in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
The goal of a wide receiver.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary in that last possession, though.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Space to maneuver at the 40. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. They'll hand off to Booker. takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. On 3rd down, Booker slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Rodgers now on 1st down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
319.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Broncos in their hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. Now back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A good pickup there at 22.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This is Booker, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now they'll run it on the toss, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And now the Packers going to take another timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And McManus able to put it through, and the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Green 18. Jumbo.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking deep for Adams. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. He was looking for Macklin that time, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Ooh, the juke. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well, as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Packers get set to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Zoom. 319. 319. Over.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Quick slant, that's caught by the veteran Maclin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
That's fine.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 2nd down, it's Jones. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Line left.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he's got his man. That's Maclin. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 18 yards there and a first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. The feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. So this will be accepted as a